Hey guys, Joseph Sakor here, welcome back, and in this video it's all about The Shallow. It's a fantastic song. It's been out there for a while now, it's taken the world by storm, and it's all about the verse in this one. And there's something I noticed that repeats itself in pop music and film music all the time and time again, to create an epic sound. So I want to show you what that is so you can apply it and sound just as amazing. So check this out. So that's roughly the chord progression for the verse. Really nice little chord progression, sounds nice, but it's that first section, it's that first little bit that pricked my ears up at, because I hear it time and time again in pop music and in film music, because it's got that natural uplifting feeling. And if you can play that, you know the underpinnings of how that fits together and how it works, then I think you can have some real fun with it. So that first section sounds like this. It goes E minor, and then to the D major chord with an F sharp in the bass, and then the G chord, okay? And there's a few reasons why this works really, really well. First of all, if you take away this little passing chord, this D major passing chord here, we've got an E minor, which resolves to the G, okay? And this E minor, okay, in the key of G, because we're in the key of G, this E minor chord is chord 6, and the G is chord 1. And those two have a really nice sort of relationship. We've got, the two could be thought of as the E minor is the relative minor to the G, and the G is the relative major to the E minor. And so we've got this really nice cohesive relationship between these two chords. So if I just play those two chords together, we've got that nice sort of resolve feeling. Now, the reason why it works as well is because we're starting off away from home, and quite simply, we've got this, like, we feel itchy, we feel like with this tension. We want to reach home like this, and it's that home feeling, that going home feeling, that makes it sound so pleasing and makes us go, ooh, I like that. That's what I've been listening for as a listener, okay? Now, the other thing which makes this chord progression work is this passing chord here. And it adds a sense of uplift, okay? We've got this E minor chord, and we're nearly there, but it sounds like it's giving that listener another, like, it's teasing out this home chord that we're about to go to, but it's got this movement upwards. And then, now we're at home, okay? On this root chord. So 6, and then chord 5, which is a D major chord with an F sharp in the bass. So that'd be D, so you'd write that out, D slash F sharp in the bass, and then resolve. If I didn't put the D, if I just played the regular D chord like this, it still sounds nice. It still sounds really nice, but if we add the F sharp in, we've got the climb, the tension, and then the resolve, okay? So this chord progression I'm playing right now is simply a 6, 5, 1, okay? 6, we're away from home. 5, we're going further away from home. And then 1, we've reached home. So now I want to show you a few ways that you can play this chord progression. I'm going to stick to the key of G, because why not? A lot of my videos in the key of C, and that's one of the complaints I get. So let's change keys to G, same key as The Shallow. So first of all, left hand, all I want you to do, just for the sake of these examples, I want you to move up from the E, octave E's, okay? Why can't I hear a... Huh? I'm missing a C, hang on. Really nice and straightforward. All I want you to do in the left is climb up from the E to the F sharp and then the G, like this, okay? You know, use octaves if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just single notes are absolutely fine. In the right hand, we're going to play around with some inversions. But the point here is, what I want you to do is hear how you can play around with the different feels of those inversions and how you can infuse melody in there and give it an uplift feel, give it a downlift feel, give it, you know, various different ways of playing this. So we'll start off with a rising feel, a real filmic, epic, Hollywood-esque uplifting feel. So E minor to start with. I want you to play this E minor here. So if you notice, and it's a really good tip for you, the top note in my chord is a G. My chord is supposed to be an E minor, which is the third. It's a third here. And that's a really nice way of emphasizing the majoriness or the minoriness of a chord. That third note is super important for that. So we can use that to play around with how majory or how minory a chord sounds. So emphasizing that top note as a G emphasizes that minoriness of the chord. Now from here, I'm going to move upwards to this root position D major chord. Okay, so notice it's got that, now it's got that climb, so we're climbing upwards. And then as we resolve, all I need to do is move these two fingers from here to this second inversion G chord here. So I'll start my G chord on the D. Okay, so we get this, E minor, D, G, okay? So there we go. So you notice it's going low, and then it's going up, and then it's going even more up, and we end on the root. Now, similarly, I can go the other way. So if I don't want to give it that big uplifting epic feel, I could maybe, instead of going up, I can go down instead. So I'll start off with this inversion here. Now, if I wanted to go down, I'd have to move in this direction. So I know it's a D major chord, so I'd move to here, okay? So I could move to my second inversion D, which is A, D, and F sharp, and then I'd end in the root position G, okay? So that would go this, so to move downwards, we sound like that, okay? You know, it's got its own feel, it's got its own sound, sounds quite nice to me. You put them together, same chord progression, but now you're making it a little bit more interesting. Okay. We can move our left hand down here to give it a more rich feel and use these chords here. So I could start off E minor down here and then move up. Okay. I can move in the other direction. So straight away we've got that real, I mean, it sounds a little bit muddy down there actually, so I probably wouldn't use that. But you can hear how you can create different sounds, you know, and if I play that same thing up here, we've got almost like a ethereal filmic sound, so. And there's all sorts of options that are open to me. So I want to end by just giving you one little idea that you can, instead of just playing block chords, you can spread out the chords a little bit. So we'll stick to this rhythm. You know, we've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3. And that's where the chord progression lands. It goes 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. So let's take the first chord progression. I'll just show you in the first chord progression, and you can use this principle to apply to anywhere on the board. So what I want you to do is start off like this, 1 and 2 and. So we're just going to spread the chord out, top, bottom, middle, top, okay? And then when we move to the D, we'll go top, bottom, middle, and then end with the full chord on the last chord on the G, okay? So we get this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? And that principle, that top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle chord is a really nice way of breaking the chord up and give, again, just infusing a sense of melody in there. So if I put the left hand in, yeah, and just like we've moved up that time, we can use that same principle. Or I could start here, top, bottom, middle, top, bottom, middle, chord, okay? So So I hope that shed some light onto a particularly popular chord progression that is used countless times to basically just sound really pleasing. I do have a video on open chords that uses this as well. I'll put a link in the cards, and if you check that out, I show you even more ways that you can play around with this specific chord progression, but with big, epic, grand chords. So I hope you like this video, guys. It's a little bit of a brain fart from me. It's totally unplanned. It's just I heard the song and I went, oh, I really want to show you that chord progression, give you some ideas to have some fun with it. And now for the end of the video crap that us YouTubers like to persuade you to do. If you're struggling with your piano practice, I have the perfect resource for you. It's called the Best Adult Piano Practice Plan. Links in the cards, links in the information box down below. If you would like my top 5 piano exercises for beginners, link in the cards, link in the information box down below. Guide sheet for this video, along with some sheet music and some extra chord progression ideas, is on my Patreon page. That's patreon.com/creativepianoacademy. Guys, as always, it's a pleasure putting these videos together for you. Remember, try not to stress out over all this stuff. You know, yes, it feels like there's a million and one things to learn, but break things down into manageable chunks and make sure you have fun in the learning process, and you won't go far wrong. It's hard work, but you'll plow through it. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next video.